To all my black entrepreneurs, we gotta do better, y'all. So tune in to the EntrepreNUBIANS Podcast, where we help build better black businesses.
Hey. Welcome back to the EntrepreNUBIANS Podcast. I'm your girl, Tiffany Nicole, and that is Last Trace.
That's me. I'm your guy. I am your guy.
And this guy learned all about female health. He's learning that today. This is what we're going to talk about today is female health. And y'all should have seen the faces he was making. He was behind the camera. I think I got some of the faces on camera, but not all of them. It was classic.
Yo, some of the information she was laying on us was like, whoa.
I was trying to tell him, y'all. I've been trying to tell him forever. You lucky to be a guy.
When she talks about the female organs, the actions of the female organs being diagnostics for the female organs.
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
Exactly.
Ninja, I ain't know, Ninja.
Watch this, y'all. It's good.
Yeah.
Go watch this.
Y'all, just watch it. Just watch it.
This is the Pièce de Resistance. This is my favorite place and my favorite thing that I am most proud of. And this is our herb room. Oh. And like I said, we custom blend, balance, and mix all of our herbs. Wow. So these are just the individual herbs, mugwort, basil, damiana. We order them 100 pounds at a time. So that's what all them big ass boxes are.
Well, y'all been here working.
Working, okay? This is our industrial food grade mixer. We put all the herbs in here. They're blended and mixed. This gets,
and they out of scale.
We don't play all the time. This gets power washed once a week. We blend herbs once a week. So this will get power washed. Today is Tuesday, so they blended herbs yesterday. So all this on here is herb dust. Like, herbs are very dusty. So much dust comes from this. Wow. My husband puts on a hazmat suit. No, he does.
I would do all of this in the podcast.
He is a whole mask.
Wow.
I would have a camera set up in here.
Oh, yeah.
There's videos on our Instagram of him in here mixing. We got the HEPA filter there. But it's when he is mixing, it's a complete sterile environment. He mixes all of the herbs. They go into some of these containers, and then we pack them. And we pack them. It's no tea bags out, but we pack them in these. These are natural cotton, unbleached white cotton tea bags, and 6 tea bags go into one of these bags.
Oh, wow.
So when we sell a bag, so they get 6 steams.
So you put them in here,
You
and
put
then
them
they go in here.
Yep.
Put the
so
herbs
the herbs
in
go in here, and then we tie these up, and then 6 herb bags go into one of these bags.
And so you use one of those herb bags per steam.
Per steam. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you are someone who's only steaming once a week, you get for free a month and a half worth of steams in your steamer when you purchase your steamer. And all the women in my family pack these herbs. Me, my daughter, and my mother-in-law. When they mix them, I pray over them. If I'm not here, my husband prays over them. One of our partners, the one that left before y'all got here, he is like low-key a pastor, like hard body. Like all these scriptures you see around here, that's him. Like, it's scriptures everywhere. Like, he done put stuff everywhere. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Marlon don't play. Like, he was in here playing gospel music when we got here this morning. But he usually is the one who will mix the herbs if my husband doesn't mix them. And he prays over them. Hard body. So all the Serenity is on this side, and the Universal blend is on that side. And
so you're making new ones, right? Like the breastfeeding.
Yeah, I'm making new ones. A breastfeeding one, a postpartum one, a fertility, and a fibroids one.
Fibroids.
Yes.
That's important.
It's really important. I have so many women in my life that are inflicted with fibroids.
My mom.
I got it.
Yeah.
My wife.
Mm-hmm.
Men be cracking.
They do. He
No.
knew. Like, oh yeah.
Oh, you want to say? Okay. That's like my soon to be sister-in-law, my brother's fiance. She has them really bad, and the day of his proposal, he was giving his speech, and it was like 1 week out the month she's like miserable, and I was surprised because he was like, it's fibroid week and she's not feeling her best, and I was like, yo, I love the fact that number one, he said that right there in that moment, so that people understand the type of partner that he is. Like, he's worried about her not being her best this week, but also he about to propose to her, so he's trying to make it the best, that it can be out of that day.
And they had a name for it, fibroid week.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing.
It's like an awareness term.
It is, and we need that. That's what we need. Like when I watch you guys, it's inspiring. I know me and my husband inspire people.
You inspire us.
What we need is for women's reproductive health to change. We need for the men to be just as invested in women's wellness as the women are. So having that understanding, knowing, because what sometimes happens is we'll perpetuate it ourselves. It's like, oh no, this is women business, and leave the men out when they really need to understand. Because one of the worst things you could do to a man, especially a black man, is make him feel helpless. Like he can't help you, and you suffering, and all he want to do is take that suffering away from you and make you feel better, and you just keep him out because it's woman stuff. You know what I mean? Like, no, they should be able to be our advocates. They should be able to understand, like, oh, this is bad for you, so that they don't even do the thing. God blessed me. He wasn't my husband for life, but my first husband, when I got sick and the doctors told him what was wrong with me, they only had to tell him one time. After that, he changed everything to the point where, like, he's healthier than me now. My son be like, Mom, I can't eat that. My dad won't let me bring that in the house. Like, he doesn't let the kids bring any kind of fast food in the house, any kind of processed food, anything in a box, you know what I mean? But he learned that from watching me be sick and saying, oh, I'm never allowing this to happen to anyone in my family again. Oh, if we need to eat whole foods, we need to eat clean food, we need to eat food that doesn't have chemicals, we can't eat stuff in a can. Like, it just took him one time to understand, oh, food in the can, the food leaches the chemicals out of the inside coating of the can, and then that makes people sick. You won't find a can in his house. That's right. You won't find a can in his house. But that's what it takes, little things like that, for us to share with the men in our lives so that they can support us and make sure that we have wellness. There's so many things that affect us that would never affect them. It won't affect their sperm count. It won't affect their motility. It won't affect their virility, but it'll shut us down.
Oh, that's pretty much everything. Everything we do can affect us. Like, I was like, really?
Yes, like hair products, lotion, perfume,
body wash,
all of that stuff with extra fragrance and stuff like that. It wreaks havoc on our reproductive system.
And another reason men need to know that kind of stuff is you got single fathers with daughters,
exactly,
that need to know that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So we need to have those conversations, and those are the things that I facilitate, both through Magic V-Steam and through the Priceless Woman. With, like, I have a talk here once a month on Sunday. I haven't been able to do them in March because I'm choreographing a cotillion, so every Sunday I've been going to Philly. But our first one back in the space is May, so that'll probably be I probably do a childbirth education course where we talk about how to take care of your body leading up to trying to conceive, right? Because a lot of women be like, oh, I want to steam, I want to get pregnant. And it's like, well, what are you working on? Have you been fertile? Are you infertile? A lot of women think they're infertile and they're not. They just don't know how to chart their cycle. They don't know when they should be having sex. They're not sure. Everybody does not ovulate on the 14th day of their cycle. You could be ovulating on the 11th day or the 17th day. It depends on what's going on in your body.
All them apps is not true.
Okay. All them apps is not true.
Everybody tracking by them apps.
Exactly. We have to be okay with our bodies. Like, we so afraid to touch ourselves. You need to know when your cervix lengthens and shortens. We talk about having a mucus plug. Women think, oh, you only have a mucus plug when you're pregnant. You have a mucus plug every month.
What is it?
What is that?
I'm gonna go ahead, explain it to him. I got him.
What is a mucus plug?
So our cervix secretes mucus all throughout the month. A certain time of the month, our cervix secretes a mucus that's really, really thick and dense. And
I may have come across that.
That's why I got the camera on.
I'm done.
I need these reactions.
But during that time, that's the time that our body does not want any sperm to get through, because it could create a problem or an issue if you ovulate early. Wow. Right? So we don't want any sperm to get through that thick, heavy mucus, and then getting towards ovulation, when we do want the sperm to get through, it loosens up and it gets very liquidy and slippery. It's very slippery, but that slipperiness,
transmittable.
That slipperiness is like, come on, sperm, get to the egg. Yeah. Come on, sperm, come in here. We want you to make a baby, and that's what women don't understand. Our body is trying to make a baby every month. Every month, our reproductive system is like, let's make a baby. Let's make a baby. Right. And we are taught that that is a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. All you got to do is know how to manage it. If your body is saying, let's make a baby every month, it means your body is in tip-top shape and 100% healthy. Because if it's not, what your body will say is, hold up, rewind, pause a little bit, because we shouldn't be.
And some herbs and some supplements.
Get your magic bee steam.
All of that put it together.
Sometimes that's what it is. But our body will stop us from being fertile. That's one of the first things our body does if something is wrong. Because what our body doesn't want to do is to have to be supporting a whole nother life while we're in some type of deficit. So that's one of the first things our body does, is shut our fertility off if we are going through some type of ailment. So you'll see your cycle go off, or you might not ovulate, or something like that will happen, and it is an indication of a deeper issue within your body. If you're tracking your cycle, exactly, it is a diagnostic tool.
You know, I have an attitude, because you know when you're like, I think I guess it's like junior high, 7th, 8th grade, they separate the boys and the girls. They're not telling us this in that class. They're telling you, oh, take this hard-boiled egg and don't break it.
Right.
Okay, if you don't break it, you a good mom. That's it.
And that's what they should be teaching us.
None of this stuff is hard.
But again, if you teach girls that, they will have autonomy.
Yeah.
And then what happens? If every girl in the world knew fertility awareness method, knew how to track their cycle, you would have no unwanted pregnancies, first of all. But you also would have wives saying, it don't matter what you do, because I know what I need to do, without a husband being able to decipher anything. He sees some pills, he knows what that is. He sees a diaphragm, he knows what that is. He sees some spermicide, he knows what that is. You tracking your cervical mucus and your cervical height and your basal body temperature, he can't see that. He can't see any of that happening. So you really fully have autonomy over your reproductive system, and no one wants women to have that.
That's sad.
Which is crazy. And we need it. Which is why on a certain level, a lot of the stuff that I do for free. And what I know is that God will supplement the income. It's why I haven't stopped teaching, because I can do those workshops on Sunday for free. We already paying for the space, right? So I'm not spending money with that. My time and energy, God will provide. I'm not worried about that. But I know that women need this education and they need this information. And sometimes they buy the products and sometimes they don't. But what I would rather be known for is that sister on her stuff. She know what she's talking about when it comes to that reproductive stuff. If you buy the products, great, absolutely wonderful. But if you got this education and then you go back and you tell your sister, your girlfriends, your cousins, your nieces, then we have a movement. And eventually they're going to come buy stuff. I'm not worried about that part. I really, truly believe, and my husband would be so mad if he heard me say that. I really, really, truly believe that when you do God's work, he take care of you. We was in the basement 2 years ago. Hot. Well, I wasn't. Let me not lie. I wasn't in the basement. My husband, our partners, and my son was in the basement. My son was the representation of me in the basement. I was not in the basement. I was home. Like, how's it going? Oh, y'all got everything? Y'all got everything off the truck? Okay, I'm going to see you when you get home. I'm going to have dinner ready.
You did your part.
But that was my part. You know what I mean? That was my part. And what I know is I pray for discernment. I pray for covering over my family. I pray, I make sure that I'm a good steward over all of my blessings. And I pay it forward. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. And I'm not just going to sit here and grow in wealth and not give back. You see all of the most wealthy people in the world, they give back. They give back. I have a 30-minute video on my personal Instagram where I'm talking about that. I'm talking about how you pour into people. And when you see people who the world is pouring into them, a lot of people are pouring into them, so they're never empty, but they mismanage what's being poured into them. They live in terrible lives. They on drugs. They doing all type of crazy stuff because they mismanaging that. But when you see the other people who everybody is pouring into them and they constantly giving back, I don't love Oprah, but I love that she gives back what she's gotten over the years. I really, in my heart of hearts, I feel like she could do so much more for the Black community. I could be wrong. Maybe it's stuff she's doing that I don't know about.
She can.
Maybe it's stuff she's doing.
She's extremely powerful, so she can.
She does a lot of stuff in Africa.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
she does that
part. Do it here though. Like, do it here because we need it too. So, but I love how she's always giving back. Always. Like, you always see stuff she's doing for free. When I took my mom to meet her, it was free. It was a free masterclass she was giving at Carnegie Hall. It was thousands of people there. And it was amazing. It was amazing to just be in the room and feel that energy. Like, her spirit is crazy.
She's one of those people you get around and you just like, you feel like, oh, I gotta do something.
I gotta do something with my life. Like, this woman is amazing.
It's amazing.
But that is the model that I look at of like watching her and how she always give back, giving away in her audience, always just doing something for people. And the more she's done that, the more she's increased. TD Jakes the same way. Like, you just look at them, the more they get, the more they give. And I know that that's by design. That's God's design for all of our lives. If God puts something in your heart and you can't get it off of you, it's because he put it there. It's because that's what you're supposed to do. And if you just have the faith and walk in what his purpose is for you, you're going to be all right. And that's what I don't like. That's gotten me in trouble a lot of times in my life. Because people be looking at me like, you just think everything going to be all right.
Because it is.
My ex-husband used to be like, you just think I'm going to fix everything. I was like, boy, you think I'm worried about you? It's God. God going to make sure I'm all right. He always got my back. It's been many a men that have let me down, but God, Jesus ain't never let me down, honey. Never. And every time I forget that, he nudged me a little bit.
You're together.
Like, you forgot where these buses is coming from? Oh, you thought it was coming from that raggedy ninja over there? No, that's me, sis. That's me, baby girl. So get it together, and I gotta be like, oh. But I see it in my life, in my kids' life. I got an aunt. She is a faithful servant of the Lord. Whenever I'm in trouble, I call her. She be like, did you pray? I be like, yes, auntie. And that's why I'm calling you. Cause could you like pray with me? Cause you know you got like the direct line. And she be like, you got the direct line too, baby. You need to know that. You know what I mean? So my faith has been a big part of this. And like I said, our other partner, he's the same way. Like, it's not just me, it's all of us. And we are a team. They letting me shine today. They really are, because they've stayed in there. They ain't come out here. They ain't say nothing. One of our other partners came in while y'all was here. He ain't say nothing. My husband ain't say nothing. He ain't out here like, yeah, because you know, he's not. They let me shine where I need to shine. And vice versa. Yeah. And vice versa. That Amazon stuff, I don't know nothing about it. They was doing it before I met him. So now they're just to the next level of it. Like, they so crazy with it that they could probably teach somebody.
I don't know about that.
They could probably teach somebody else. But yes. So this is my baby. This is one of my pride and joys. because everybody ain't doing this. They just ordering pre-mixed
Yeah,
herbs from
yeah.
China.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's in it. It ain't been tested or nothing. Probably got all types of pesticides in it.
Guaranteed.
And we're not doing that. That's not how it goes down. MVS.